All right. So have you ever like daydreamed, about landing that perfect job or meeting like the perfect partner or maybe just like winning the lottery?
Yeah. I think we've all been there.
Well, that right there is the basic idea behind manifestation. It's all about like aligning your thoughts and your beliefs and even your actions to try to like make those dreams a reality.
Yeah.
But, some people hear manifestation and they just think wishful thinking.
Definitely.
But on today's deep dive, we're going to be like exploring, is there actually something more to this?
Yeah, for sure.
We'll be looking at both like the practical side, the psychological side of manifestation, but also we'll even touch on that kind of like mind-bending world of quantum theory.
Yeah, always a fun topic.
So get ready, because whether you're like a total believer already or if you're a skeptic, I think you're going to find some interesting aha moments.
Hopefully.
So,
mentalhealth.com actually defines manifestation as the process of materializing specific desires or goals by channeling focused thoughts, beliefs, and actions into reality.
So it's not just like wishing on a star.
No, not at all.
You actually have to like put in some effort.
Exactly. It's not passive. It's about taking action.
I see.
And it's really rooted in this idea from New Thought philosophy.
Okay.
That our minds have a powerful influence on reality.
Interesting. So has anyone actually manifested something just by thinking about it? I mean, like, where's the scientific evidence for all this?
Well, you're right to be skeptical.
Okay.
There's no scientific evidence that suggests that you can just like think things into being.
Yeah.
However, research does point to the power's manifestation in influencing our mindset and behavior.
Okay. So maybe it's not like magic, but maybe it's more like a mental trick to get us motivated.
Yeah. Think of it this way. If you truly believe you could achieve something, you're more likely to actually take the steps to make it happen.
Right.
Mentalhealth.com uses the example of job hunting. If you believe that you'll land your dream job, you're probably going to put more effort into updating your resume networking, preparing for those interviews.
I can see that.
So it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy in a way.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
But doesn't that also imply that if someone hasn't reached their goals,
right,
that they just didn't believe in themselves enough? That seems a little...
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Blamey, doesn't it?
It's a valid concern, for sure. And it is important to approach manifestation with a healthy dose of realism.
Okay.
External factors play a huge role.
Right.
And sometimes things are just simply outside of our control.
That makes sense. But I'm still curious about this whole idea of like the mind influencing reality. Is there anything more to that, or is that just pure speculation at this point?
Well, this is where things get a little more esoteric.
Okay.
There's a connection to the placebo effect, which suggests that our beliefs and expectations can actually have like a real impact on outcomes.
Oh, wow.
Even in the absence of a real treatment.
Wait, so you mean like if you truly believe that a sugar pill will cure your headache, it actually might?
Yeah, exactly.
Bro.
And some proponents of manifestation believe that it taps into that same power of belief. They argue that if you truly believe something will happen, your actions, your perceptions, and even external events might actually shift to align with that belief.
Okay, now we're getting back into like magic territory.
Right.
So how do we know like what's a legitimate psychological effect and what's just a far-fetched claim?
It's tricky. It's a tricky balance.
Yeah.
While we can't deny the power of our thoughts, it's crucial to remember that manifestation is not a quick fix.
Right.
It's not a substitute for taking concrete action.
So you can't just sit back and let the universe do all the work.
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
It's about aligning your internal world, your beliefs and thoughts, with the external actions needed to achieve your goals.
Okay, now that's making more sense. So it's about taking those steps, but also truly believing that you can succeed.
So what are some of the techniques that people use to try to cultivate this manifestation mindset?
So visualization is a really popular one.
Okay.
It's about creating a vivid mental picture of your desired outcome, almost like you're already experiencing it.
So like if I'm visualizing that dream job, I should imagine myself sitting at my desk feeling confident and successful.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then there are affirmations, which are those positive statements that you repeat to yourself to try to reprogram your subconscious mind.
Like, I am worthy of abundance, or I am a magnet for success.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Another common technique is journaling intentions,
Uh-huh.
which involves actually writing down your goals and desires in detail.
Okay.
Which can really help to clarify what you truly want. And it helps you stay focused on it.
So you're kind of putting those thoughts and desires out into the universe in a way.
In a sense, yes. And a lot of these manifestation practices really boil down to that classic mantra, ask, believe, receive.
Right. You ask for what you want, you believe it's already yours, and then you open yourself up to receiving it.
Okay, that's starting to make more sense. But the skeptic in me is still like, is this all just positive thinking with a fancy new label?
It's true that positive thinking is like a crucial component of manifestation.
Yeah.
Research does show that optimists tend to be more resilient.
Okay.
And they're more proactive, which leads them to take more chances.
Right.
And to persevere through challenges.
That makes sense.
But it's not just about ignoring negative emotions or pretending that everything is perfect.
Okay. That's good. So it's not about toxic positivity, but about cultivating like a more optimistic and a proactive outlook.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing the power of your thoughts to shape your reality. And then choosing to focus on thoughts that empower you to take action.
So less wishful thinking and more powerful thinking.
I like that.
I like that too. Now, speaking of powerful thinking, I know that some people link manifestation to some pretty mind-bending concepts like quantum theory. Are we ready to dive down that rabbit hole?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Just a heads up, this is where things get a little more speculative and less scientifically proven.
Okay, I'm ready to have my mind blown. Bring on the quantum weirdness.
All right. Okay, so the basic idea behind quantum theory is that like everything in the universe, including our thoughts, is made up of energy.
Okay.
And some proponents of manifestation believe that our thoughts can actually influence this energy field.
Are we saying that our thoughts can like literally change reality? That's some serious Jedi mind trick stuff.
Well, that's what some people believe.
Wow.
They argue that by focusing our thoughts and intentions, we can actually shape the reality around us.
Okay, I'm really trying to keep an open mind here. But even for me, that's a little bit out there. Is there any way to explain this without making me feel like I'm losing touch with reality?
Okay, think of it like this.
Okay.
Imagine a pond. When you throw a pebble into the water, it creates ripples that spread outwards.
Right.
Our thoughts, according to this theory, are like those pebbles. They create ripples of energy that can impact the world around us.
Okay. I think that analogy makes it a little easier to grasp. But how does that translate into actual manifestation techniques?
Well, some of the techniques we talked about earlier, like visualization and meditation, are often seen as ways to harness this quantum energy. They're about focusing your thoughts and intentions with like laser-like precision to create those ripples of energy that can manifest your desires.
Interesting. But even if our thoughts do have some kind of energetic impact, doesn't that also raise a lot of ethical questions? Like, what about free will?
Sure.
What about the impact of our thoughts on others?
Yeah, those are all important questions to consider.
Yeah.
And they're definitely part of the ongoing debate surrounding manifestation and its implications.
Okay.
It's a complex topic.
Yeah.
And there are no easy answers.
Fair enough. It seems like the more we learn about this, the more questions it raises.
Yeah.
But let's move on to something a little more familiar. We hear a lot about the law of attraction when it comes to manifestation. So how does that fit into all of this?
So the law of attraction is basically a popular interpretation of quantum theory principles applied to manifestation. The core idea is that like attracts like, meaning your thoughts and feelings determine what you attract into your life.
So if I'm constantly thinking negative thoughts, I'm more likely to attract negative experiences.
That's the general idea.
Yeah.
The law of attraction suggests that by focusing on positive thoughts and feelings, you can attract more positive experiences into your life.
Okay, I can see how that ties back into that quantum theory idea of thoughts having an energetic impact. But if that's true, wouldn't that mean that people who are going through difficult situations are somehow to blame for their own misfortune?
That's a very sensitive point.
Yeah.
And it's really important to approach this with compassion and understanding.
Okay.
It's not about blaming anyone for their circumstances.
Right.
It's about recognizing that we have a certain degree of influence over our experiences through our thoughts and beliefs.
So it's not about like victim blaming, but it's about empowering people to take ownership of their thoughts and their feelings.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's about recognizing that we have the power to choose how we respond to challenges and to focus our energy on creating a more positive and fulfilling reality.
Okay. I like that message. But, let's be real for a sec. Sometimes no matter how positive you try to be,
Yeah,
life throws you curveballs.
it does.
So how do you reconcile that with the law of attraction? Like, bad things happen to good people.
It's a great question. And it's definitely something a lot of people struggle with.
Yeah.
The law of attraction is not about denying that challenges or hardships exist.
Right.
It's about recognizing that even when faced with adversity, we still have the power to choose our thoughts, our beliefs,
Right.
and our actions.
So it's not about pretending like everything's always perfect.
No.
But about finding that inner strength to navigate the tough times.
Exactly. And remember, the law of attraction emphasizes aligning your actions and behaviors with your desired outcomes. It's not enough to just think positive thoughts.
Okay.
You actually have to take those concrete steps
Right.
to create the reality you want.
So it's about that balance between inner work
Yeah.
and outer action.
I like that.
Yeah, me too. But I have to admit, sometimes it's hard to shake those negative thoughts,
Right?
especially when things aren't going your way.
Absolutely. We all have limiting beliefs that we've picked up over the years,
Yeah.
whether it's I'm not good enough or I'm destined to fail. And those beliefs can be like roadblocks on the path to manifesting our desires.
So how do we identify and overcome those limiting beliefs? Any tips?
Well, the first thing is to become more aware of your thoughts and beliefs. Pay attention to the stories that you tell yourself, the things you focus on, and the expectations that you hold.
So kind of become a thought detective.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And once you're more aware of those limiting beliefs, you can start to challenge them.
Okay.
Ask yourself, is this belief really true?
Right.
What evidence do I have to support it?
I imagine that can be a pretty uncomfortable process.
It can be,
Yeah.
but it's also incredibly liberating.
Okay.
And remember, you don't have to do this alone. Talking to a therapist or a counselor can be really helpful
Yeah.
in uncovering and addressing those deep-seated beliefs.
Great point. Professional guidance can be super valuable. Now, if our listener wants to give manifestation a try, are there any specific actions they can take to get started?
Yeah, absolutely. Start small.
Okay.
Instead of trying to manifest $1 million overnight,
Right.
focus on something more attainable,
Okay.
like getting a promotion or finding a new apartment.
So setting realistic goals.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of visualization. Take a few minutes each day,
Okay.
close your eyes,
Right.
and vividly imagine yourself achieving that goal.
So really immerse yourself in the feeling of success.
Yes, and don't forget to take aligned action.
Okay.
Break down your goal into smaller steps and actually start taking those steps, even if they seem insignificant at first.
So it's about combining that inner belief
Yes,
with tangible real-world action.
exactly. And remember, consistency is key.
Right.
The more you practice these techniques and align your actions with your desires, the more likely you are to see those results.
That's encouraging. But let's address the elephant in the room for a second.
Okay.
What about those who say that manifestation is just a way to avoid actually dealing with your problems?
That's a valid concern.
Yeah.
And it's important to be mindful of the potential pitfalls.
Well, okay.
Manifestation is not about denying or suppressing negative emotions.
So you're not pretending that everything's perfect.
Not at all. It's about acknowledging and processing those emotions,
Okay.
but then choosing to focus on more empowering thoughts and beliefs.
So finding a healthy balance between acceptance and action.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that we have the power to choose how we respond to those challenges
Yeah.
and to create a reality that feels more aligned with our values and aspirations.
That makes sense. Okay, so we've talked a lot about the mental and emotional aspects of manifestation.
Right.
Are there any like physical or tangible practices that people can incorporate?
Definitely.
Okay.
One popular technique is creating a vision board,
Okay.
and that involves collecting images and words that represent your goals and your desires and arranging them in a way that inspires you.
So it's like a visual reminder of
Yes.
what you're working towards.
Exactly. It helps to keep those goals top of mind.
Right.
And it can really be a powerful motivator.
I love that idea. It's like a tangible manifestation of your dreams and aspirations. Are there any other physical practices that can help boost that manifestation process?
Another really powerful practice is gratitude.
Okay.
Taking time each day to actually appreciate the good things in your life
Right.
can really shift your energy and make you more receptive to abundance.
So cultivating a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity.
Precisely.
Okay.
When you focus on what you have, you open yourself up to receiving even more.
It's like attracting more good things into your life by appreciating what you already have.
Exactly.
Any other practical tips or tricks for someone who's just starting out on their manifestation journey?
One thing that can be really helpful is surrounding yourself with supportive people.
Okay.
Sharing your goals with others who believe in you can create a really powerful energy of encouragement and accountability.
So finding your tribe, so to speak.
Exactly. And remember, manifestation is a journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs, challenges and triumphs.
For sure.
But the real beauty of it is that it empowers you to take control of your thoughts, beliefs, and actions.
Right.
And to create a reality that feels more aligned with your truest self.
I really like that message. It's about recognizing our own power to shape our own experiences. But before we go too far down that empowerment road, let's also talk about some of the potential downsides or risks of manifestation.
Sure.
It can't all be sunshine and roses, right?
Right. Well, one danger is getting so focused on manifesting the future that you kind of forget to appreciate the present moment.
Right.
If you're always chasing something more, you might actually miss out on the beauty and the joy that already exists in your life.
It's like that saying, don't miss the forest for the trees.
Exactly.
So finding that balance between like setting goals, but also savoring the journey.
Yeah. And another potential downside is falling into that trap of toxic positivity. Manifestation isn't about denying or suppressing those negative emotions. It's about acknowledging them, processing them, and then choosing to focus on those more empowering thoughts.
So if someone's going through a really hard time, manifestation shouldn't be used to like just sweep those feelings under the rug?
No, exactly.
Okay.
It's important to honor like your full range of human emotions, even the messy ones.
Okay, that's good. It's about finding that balance between optimism, but also like authenticity. So as we wrap up our deep dive on manifestation, what's the one key takeaway you want our listener to walk away with?
Well, whether or not you like fully buy into the more mystical side of manifestation, I think the biggest takeaway is that your beliefs have a really powerful influence on your reality. So it's definitely worth taking the time to examine those beliefs, to challenge the ones that aren't serving you, and to really cultivate that mindset that empowers you to create the life you want.
So it's all about taking ownership of our inner world, because that's what ultimately shapes our outer experience.
Exactly. And it's important to remember, this is a journey, not a destination.
Right.
There will be ups and downs, twists and turns along the way.
For sure.
But the beauty of it is that it reminds us that we have the power to choose how we respond to those experiences and to create a life that feels more authentic and fulfilling.
I love that. So it's not just about reaching those specific outcomes, but it's about cultivating that mindset of possibility and empowerment.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that incredible power we have to shape our reality and to create a life that feels aligned with our truest selves.
Beautiful way to put it. But before we go, I've got one final question for you.
Okay.
What's one question you'd like to leave our listener with as they continue on their own exploration of manifestation?
If your beliefs can really influence your reality, what beliefs are you holding on to that might be holding you back?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I think I need to journal on that one myself.
Yeah, me too. It's something to think about.
Yeah, it is. Well, this has been such a fascinating conversation. Thank you so much for taking the time to share your expertise with us.
It's been a pleasure.
And to our listeners, we encourage you to check out all those resources that we mentioned in the show notes. And keep on exploring this topic. As always, we'd love to hear your thoughts and your experiences. Until next time, keep diving deep.